It is Wednesday, March the 4th. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Were you up late last night watching the primaries and the election, all the results? They certainly came in late. And we have that and more, and a special guest here on the show today. Welcome to trustee from District 1, Monica Flores Reichardt. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And Brittany, welcome to the show again.
Thank
Brittany
you.
and is our co-host. First off, welcome on board to the Board of Trustees. Has it been what you expected so far and more?
It has been absolutely amazing, and I am just so incredibly grateful to be representing this wonderful district within this wonderful organization.
Right.
I am continually amazed that when I ask questions, things have already been thought through and organized, and I think it's a real testament to the leadership of our Chancellor, Maldonado, and our former trustees as well, the ones who are no longer on the board, and
Right.
just everybody in the administration, that they have truly thought through so many issues that, whatever steps we could take to move forward, we're just going to be such a strong organization, and I'm just so excited to be here.
You've been on board for a couple of months now.
I have.
Going through a few board meetings, and you've got special ones coming up as well today, one including today.
Yes.
But tell us a bit about your background. I know you have a passion for education, and you work for the Harris County Clerk's Office as well.
I used to work for the Harris County
Right.
Clerk's Office last year. I'm an attorney. I grew up in San Antonio, went away to college in the Northeast and came down here, did big firm defense litigation for a while, and then started working in politics.
Okay.
So I did that for a few years, had my children, and when I had my children, education was always important to me. I am the daughter of a school teacher, and you don't grow up the daughter of a school teacher without having a
Right,
special
yep.
relationship
Sure,
to education.
sure.
Definitely.
So she told me when I was in second grade, my parents said, wherever you want to go to school, we'll find a way to pay for it. Because I went to some really low-income schools and didn't grow up surrounded by people that really went away to college a lot. So because of her, I was able to get an education. I went to a very low-income high school, and I saw how important accessibility to college was and how that happens in a really kind of granular fashion. We literally had one man that would come to our school one day a week with a briefcase full of applications and
Wow.
FAFSA forms.
Yeah, sure.
And if it wasn't for him, so many of us wouldn't have gotten into
Wow.
college.
Right.
So education has always been my passion. When I had children and started looking at schools in Houston, started really looking into HISD and our public school system. My husband and I are very committed to our public school system, and we knew we wanted our children there, and just started researching and advocating for equity and
Right.
that sort of thing, and that it includes the bridges into our community college. We have a lot of community college relationships with our ISDs with regard to the early college programs, and that is such an important step for so many of our
Yes.
students. So that has been my passion. I was asked to run for the seat a couple of years ago, or I guess a year and a half ago now, and I said, absolutely. When you're given, the opportunity, to take on this. I almost said challenge, but it's not a challenge. I mean,
Right.
It really is a true joy to serve in this position. So I'm grateful to have the opportunity.
You mentioned about making college accessible to all. One of the things that really impresses me with HCC when I got here are the partnerships we have with universities. And this really is groundbreaking and monumental when you think of, students can get a degree through UHD, through UT Tyler, an engineering degree for around $20,000, and then you walk away with a Texas A&M degree. It's amazing all the partnerships we have, and I imagine that must excite you as well.
It is so amazing. And what I also love is, we had toured Coleman College a bit ago, and they have some programming as well where you get your 2-year degree, but there are all these bridges. If
Yeah,
you decide to
yeah.
work for a little while and then come back, you can bridge over to a 4-year program. You can bridge over to various other degrees. And that's what I think education should be at every level. You should be expanding opportunities, not narrowing opportunities,
Right.
absolutely expanding. My father went to community college in San Antonio, and he he got a vocational degree from high school and could have started working then, but
Right.
that opened more doors. So he went to San Antonio College, and that opened more doors. He ended up graduating with a degree from Texas A&M in architecture.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's-
it just, every step of the way, it just opened up more doors. And
The
I
stackable
love,
degrees where you can keep learning.
Exactly,
Become a
but-
lifelong learner.
and if something happens, you have some emergency,
Yeah.
or just something happens that you veer off the path, you at least have something that you can go into the workforce with. And that to
Right.
me is so exciting. That's how we prevent people from falling through the cracks.
You represent District 1, and I know Northline falls in your district, and they have an automotive center of excellence with the Northeast College, which is phenomenal. We've got a number of partnerships there with like Mercedes-Benz and Audi, where we train the technicians. That must be something that's really attractive to that area, especially that part of the district.
It is. It is really, I can't tell you how many times I've been told by people how incredibly important that is to the community. And I believe that, you know that area as well.
Oh yeah, that's home. That's
It
home.
is.
I attended
Right.
classes at the Northline campus for several semesters, and a former, fling, I won't say fling, former boyfriend of mine went to the automotive campus for a time, and but in Northside Houston, I mean, there's a lot of cars, and mechanics are needed. They're always
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
needed, and just people who want to like soup up their cars and what have you. So I think having a facility that educates the students on how to fix cars and how to be a paint and body
Right.
specialist, that's really central in Northside.
Well, I think this also shows, it demonstrates how you can answer the economic industrial demands of the area.
Yes.
By having a training facility that has a pipeline of workers that going into the workforce. And really, when you think about it, that's what we're here for
Right.
at community colleges.
Right.
Well, and our underserved students also, a lot of our underserved communities, their world is within several blocks
Yeah,
of their
yeah.
home. So what they see is auto mechanics, what they
Yes.
see is cars.
Yes.
And that sort of begins to drive a passion, I
Yeah.
think, in a
It
lot of our
does.
students. And that, to be able to serve that population is incredibly important.
And hey, you can make an incredible living as a mechanic. You can pretty much work the hours you want. You want to get that overtime and double your income? Guess what? You can do it.
Yeah,
and they are so
absolutely.
needed. I know with the Automotive Academy, they will have programs where they find employment. So for many of these students, while they're getting certified, they're working at the place they're going to get a job with in the future.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
Right.
it really is life-changing for these families and these students.
And I love seeing that women are becoming more interested in working in the automotive
Yeah.
field as well. At my high school, I went to Waltrip High School in the northwest side of
Uh-huh.
town, and we had an auto body shop
Yes.
available there too. And I remember a friend of mine from ROTC, a young lady, she was in there because she wanted to learn how to be able to
Yeah.
change her oil without having to rely on a man. No offense
Oh.
to anybody, but that taking that step, I'm going to, do something that's kind of out of the norm. But we see a lot of women now
Oh,
in
yeah.
the automotive program.
Well, look at Saskia, one of our
Exactly.
spokespersons. She's in the commercials.
Exactly.
And she's the young lady in the commercial. She wants to design cars.
She whistles
Yeah.
at cars.
She
because
that's
she
her deal.
loves
She's into cars. Yeah, and
But yeah,
wants
she wants to design
them.
cars, and so she
Yeah.
has a real true passion for the look of a car, how it, just
Yeah.
everything about it. And we asked her, what car do you drive here? She goes, oh, I drive a Ford Mustang. Of course,
Yeah,
like.
that she goes, I just love the
Yeah.
curves on the
The
Mustang.
American.
That's the way to go.
Yes, exactly. So no, I think as you all have been saying, having a facility at the heart of a location where people are drawn to cars, and why not build up on that? Let's get them educated to fix their cars, and then also bringing women into
Right.
the fold, into have them build their career. It's
Right.
great.
Absolutely.
And
It's
these
great.
partnerships are so critical because you
Yeah.
really get a perspective from the employer
Mm-hmm.
of what they're looking for in their employee. I know the automotive shop at Waltrip is co-sponsored by Tommy Vaughn, who's
Mm-hmm. Yep.
there on Shepherd.
Yes.
And it's such a great collaboration.
It is.
And it's even stronger, I think, in our with our students that are a little bit older,
Right.
really ready to go work full time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and,
exactly.
that's incredibly exciting.
I used to work for Toyota, and one of the benefits that they noticed was being able to train those technicians technicians to come into the dealerships to know what they're already supposed to know when they get
Right.
there. They don't have to worry about them, and they're trained to work in the Toyota way.
Exactly.
And I know we're doing that for several automotive
Right.
dealers and getting them trained. Those jobs are invaluable. They really are. And when you get there, you pretty much write your own ticket as to how
Yeah.
you want
Pretty
to work,
much,
how many
yeah.
hours you want to work,
Exactly.
you know, your future at the dealerships. And
It's good money.
It really
It's good
is.
money. My brother-in-law is a master mechanic, and yeah, he's made a really good.
You make a very good living.
Very good living.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get free service, if there's something wrong with my car. So, you know.
It's always good to have a mechanic in the family. Unfortunately, ours doesn't have one.
Darn
you
it.
know? I know, but it's always a good deal. I know that another thing you must be proud of is the HCC Northline Art Gallery. They, HCC has a number of art galleries across
we do.
our district, and Northline has one, and they've been launching some world-class exhibitions.
They have.
Our arts are so important to our community,
Yep.
especially, our African American and Latino community,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of see our potential to really, get excited about our history and our
Yeah.
culture. It is so exciting to me that, you can go in for, auto mechanics
Right.
and get a bit of art, while
Yeah.
you're there
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's incredible. I mean, that's part of your education.
Well, this STEM thing now has expanded to STEAM.
Exactly.
To
Right.
include arts in it. And,
Yes.
back to Saskia, our example.
Yes.
She was originally an engineering student because she wants to design cars. She changed her major to become a graphics design student. So to study in the arts so that she could learn how, she doesn't want to build the cars, she wants to design them.
She
And she
wants-
thought
yeah.
having a graphics design background would
Yeah.
be good for her. So it just
Definitely.
proves that STEAM is the way to go now, and you do need that well-rounded background, including arts.
And I'm sure in mechanics as well. I mean, creative
Yeah.
problem solving is,
Absolutely.
is just such a critical skill to do
Mm-hmm.
it. And that's kind of why the arts and creativity, I think, plays such an important role in all disciplines, really.
Especially
It is.
as when we need a new part, we print it. Well,
Yes.
you've got to have an art background to do the graphics to print those, and it all
Right.
blends in together. So it's Trustee Reichart, thank you for joining us on the show today and
my
being here
pleasure.
and telling us about your district. You're welcome here anytime. We'd love to have
Thank
you on. I know
you.
you're very busy, and we look forward to bringing you back
Tell
on in
your
the
colleagues
future.
to join us as well. I mean, we
Oh,
love to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
everyone on
absolutely.
there.
We've got a number of them lined up over the next couple of weeks
Yeah.
because we're trying to get everybody on the show. And tell all your friends to watch our show because we're
I
on at
will.
10 a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday while the school's in district on YouTube
On YouTube and on Facebook
and
Live.
Facebook Live and
Yes.
sooner or later LinkedIn as well. So we'll be
Well,
on that.
thank
as
you
well.
so much for having us.
Absolutely.
It's been so great learning
Yeah.
about this program and what the role of everybody behind the scenes and everything is
Yes.
doing. And y'all are doing such important work and incorporating the students
Yes.
in what you're
Absolutely.
doing.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that to me is
yeah.
so incredibly exciting. They're getting
It is.
firsthand experience. And you coming from, being a student.
She's
to
one of our
actually-
success stories,
I
yeah.
know. That's just so exciting to me. So whatever, however I can support y'all, please let me
Thank
know.
you very
Thank you
much.
so
And
much.
we look forward to having you on again. Stick around. We've got some good stuff coming up for the rest of the show.
Yep,
great.
One of the things I know you being working in politics, you must have been very excited yesterday because
Oh.
yesterday was a huge day.
It was a busy,
Super.
crazy
Yeah, a super
day.
day, yeah.
It was, and lots of really happy people, lots of really unhappy people.
Right.
But hey, it was
That's
a
the political
democratic
process.
process,
You
and
can't
people
please
political
everyone.
process,
right,
yeah.
and
That's the thing.
people were participating. That's
Well,
what.
we were going to take a quick break and take a look at some of the participation. Some of our students did a walk to vote out from the Central Campus where they went to walk to actually vote. Take a look at what would happen.
Hey, what up, y'all? Listen, gotta let you know, HCC Central is at it again. If you don't know about it, Student Government Association right here at Houston Community College Central Campus is putting on the first annual Walk to Vote. One of the things we're doing is trying to make sure that we get the students galvanized to be able to walk right down the street to be able to do their civic duty. So whatever you do, continue to make sure you support voting because exercising your right does make a difference.
We are the next generation. We're the ones that are going to, be the ones in the field, the engineering field, medical field, political field, every type of field. If we want our voices heard, we need to vote so we can better our futures and make sure that we have a better future for our future children and so on.
So we were really pleased to have our county judge Hidalgo here today. We also had Carolyn Evans-Shabazz, who was a previous trustee member, and now she's a councilwoman representing this district. It was really wonderful to hear from Judge Hidalgo. She was very passionate in speaking about the importance of being educated and voting. She shared with us that she's only 29 years old, and that's pretty inspiring that she decided to run for that office and take on such a big task, right? Running the Harris County $5 billion budget. And she was very inspiring to our students who hopefully can see themselves in her place one day.
The students are uniting to get together to vote and have their voices heard. And we're all getting together to walk to the voting location and show support for the community.
What are we doing? Voting! When are we doing it? Now!
So actually, it helps students with the classes and civics, science, and I think it's a great thing for us to know whatever we have to do for the country.
What a great event that was, huh? You know, exercising your right to vote. And you were part of the county clerk's office when there were some changes that took place over to the voting process, and you're actually seeing those come to fruition now,
It
right?
is amazing. I was the director of compliance
Right.
with Dr. Troutman in elections, the beginning of last year, the first 6 months
Yeah.
of last year, and that's when we pushed countywide voting. So now on election day, you can vote, any Harris County resident can vote anywhere in the county.
That's the best
So
part
convenient.
about it.
And then, you know, and there were long lines yesterday, and I know that, but people this time around had the flexibility to try to find a less congested voting
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
And you couldn't do that before
Before.
on
Right.
election day.
Right.
And that is so critical. I mean, we used to have over 1,000 provisional voters on
Right.
election day of people whose only fault was showing up at the wrong poll, and their votes didn't count. So now we've re-enfranchised
Yeah.
so many individuals, and it, I think, particularly affects students as well because you know their residencies might not are
Yeah.
a little bit more fluid,
Right.
and so just having the ability to vote, you know, on near campus that wasn't there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see our young people take advantage of
So
that.
great, and I absolutely love the fact that our SGA, which is a student-run organization,
Yeah.
was the one who head up this whole event. And I think the
Right.
fact that it was by students for the students, you know, peer-to-peer relation, you know, you can relate to your peers obviously, and many of them, you know, you might have differences of opinion or you might, you know, feel the same. That's fine.
Yeah.
Either way, you're encouraging your fellow student to exercise their right
get
to
out and vote,
and
yeah,
have your
yeah.
voice be heard. And I think it's fantastic that our students are kind of taking that into their own hands and sharing that experience with everyone.
And, you know, I can't encourage enough the early voting process. You know, I've taken advantage of that the last several years, the last several elections, and that's the way to go. Like you said, you can go anywhere you want. It's a simple process. I think I've never stood in line at early voting. I just walk right in, and they're always so happy to see you. It's like here's a customer. Come on in.
Yes.
Come on in. Let us help you.
We have
They're
stickers.
happy, you know. Sometimes there's snacks in the parking lot. Somebody will give you a donut or something. But it's a wonderful process. If you get a chance to early vote, you avoid the lines. And, you know, thank you for expanding that as well. 'cause
Yes.
Oh, that-
was a
It's
great
great.
thing that
was
Eric
Dr.
did.
Troutman in her office, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
was wonderful to be a part of that, just pushing that through and just being singularly focused
Sure.
on what's best for Harris County voters.
It's so convenient.
Well, speaking of voting, the SGA Campus Relations is having a meeting that's noon today, Wednesday, March 4th, at the A-Leaf Hayes Room D100. If you're passionate about your campuses and you want to do something, you want to speak out, this is the forum to do so. Get involved
It
with
is.
SGA.
It is. And I mean, talk about campus improvement, learn about how all the different HCC departments function, because let's face it, there are a lot
Yeah.
of departments, and you know, you might not be too sure on how they all operate. So this is a great opportunity to join your fellow student and to ask questions and have, you know, your questions answered.
Absolutely. Another thing we have going on, reading culture. I know this must be a passion of yours. I know reading and English and all.
Literacy.
Well, this celebration of Japan is happening. Stop by the Eagle Room for Northwest College's cultural celebration of Japan with calligraphy artist, tea,
awesome.
haiku, food, and prizes.
This is so cool. I absolutely love this. And there's also a scholarship opportunity. Scholarships, let me say that again. There's
Yeah.
a scholarship opportunity for participants.
Right.
So this is happening tomorrow, Thursday, March 5th, from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Spring Branch campus in the Eagle Room, and that's 1010 West Sam Houston Parkway North. Be there. Sounds
And
like a
if-
great time.
Just not to cut you off, but if you want to get more information on this, you can go to library.hccs.edu/reading_culture. I know it's a long title, but if you comment below here, we'll send you the email address. Comment below our broadcast today. Digital and Information Technology Career Fair. We got one of those going on.
That's awesome. So take advantage of this career and job fair, and it gives students and employers a chance to meet each other and to establish professional relationships and to discuss the potential job and or co-op and or internship opportunities. This is amazing. Internship is how I was able to get my job here at HCC.
Yeah.
So you all out there that are looking to get either a co-op, internship, or just a job in the digital and information technology field, you don't want to pass up this fair. So please come dressed industry, appropriate.
Right.
Usually that means
I
kind
say dress your best for the interview.
Dress your
These
best,
are interviews. These are employers
Yeah.
that are looking for new employees and new hires, and you'll get a chance to meet these folks.
Yeah, so also bring copies of your resume. This is really important. You don't want to, just have the one and ask for it back
Yeah.
and say, well, I need to go talk to other people.
Can you screenshot that with your phone and then give that back? No, it doesn't work that way.
I know some people, I've seen, in past, I've seen fairs where individuals come and bring a laminate
Yeah.
resume. That's like fancy. That's fancy.
fancy.
All right, so
Yeah.
again, this Digital and Information Technology Career Fair is happening tomorrow, March 5th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the West Loop campus in their auditorium. That's 5601 West Loop South, sorry.
And it's a special month here. It's Women's History Month, and every day throughout the week, we'll have a guest to commemorate Women's History Month and to talk about experiences. And I know you're joining us today, and we have several guests lined up over the next week.
We
as well.
do. It's exciting. But this event that we're going to highlight is Empower and Paint. Do you enjoy painting?
Yes, I do. I have 3 children.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
We do a fair amount of painting in the
Finger
house.
painting is always great.
Yeah.
Hopefully not on the walls or
No,
anything like that.
No, they're very good. But yes,
Good.
it's very
Cool.
Good. So-
relaxing.
Yes, it is. It can be very relaxing. So the Northwest College is having a chat and paint in honor of Women's History Month. HCC students can share their stories and empowerment experiences and also get info on the upcoming Women's History Month social media contest, a chance to win a great prize. I wonder what that could be. So that's happening tomorrow. Lots of events happening tomorrow, March 5th at the A-Leaf Hayes Auditorium, and that's at 12:15 p.m. Snacks and music will be there as well. I mean, who doesn't like free snacks?
Yeah.
Right,
I love free snacks.
absolutely.
Todd loves free snacks.
Yeah. Anytime there's free food involved, it's always a good thing, especially if you're a student. Students like free food.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So does the news media. When I worked in PR, when we'd send a press release, we did this several times, and you can steal this. I won't charge you
I
for
remember
it.
you talked about
Yeah,
this.
we'd send it to the newsroom with a pizza. And
Very
we'd put the press
smart.
release on the inside of the pizza. Sometimes we'd laminate it. So when they'd open it up, they'd see the press release and
No
the pizza. We
cheesiness.
did that several times.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
we like
It is.
snacks upstairs on the first floor as well. We have a dedicated snack table.
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
And it's
Yes,
filled.
You know,
yeah.
I spent a little bit of time with the emergency response
Oh,
in Harris County
Mm-hmm.
during one of the fire, the plume, and
Right. Mhm.
and the thing that I was most amazed about is they have an entire conference room full of snacks.
Oh, yeah,
It is
yeah.
HEB comes, loads it up, and it's just every type
Yeah.
of chip, every type of.
Was this at
it is
Transtar?
amazing. It was.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Why don't we
You
have
see a
that
lot of media
here?
go there as well. That's a big reason too.
was-
Yeah,
that
there's
was
always
so
food.
incredible.
You got to keep people fueled if they're going to be working
You
around the
do.
clock. You
That's
really do.
true.
But why don't we have that here? Anyway,
We don't
okay.
work, you want to work around the clock, or would you want some free food?
Sleep is good.
Yeah, okay. there
Sleep
you
is
go.
good. I enjoy sleep.
So we've got more arts thing. Medea by Euripides is coming up. This is a free play
Yes.
at Northeast Codwell Hall Black Box Theater. It's sold out, but there will be many cancellations.
Yep.
So I would advise you to get out there and see if you can still get tickets.
But this play also keeps in the theme with Women's History Month because
Yeah.
Medea is a haunting figure in Greek legend. So without giving too much away, you all out there should just look into it. Again, this is a sold out show, so there might be cancellations.
Medea is a haunting figure in Greek legend. Tyler Perry knew what he was doing.
I love Tyler Perry.
I know.
I
Yeah, he
love
knew,
Medea.
You know.
I love
No coincidence
Medea.
with names
No,
there. None
no,
whatsoever.
none whatsoever.
Yep.
Other than the fact that, well, anyway, we're not going to get into that. So, if you are interested in going, you might be able to get tickets, on the spot. This is happening Thursday through Monday, beginning March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th, although there's different time changes, so let me get this out as best I can. 7:30 p.m. showing is Thursday, March 5th. The next day is 6th, 7th, and the 9th. There is a 2 p.m.
Sunday
matinee
matinee,
on
yeah.
March 8th. And this is all happening at the Northeast Campus, again, at the Caldwell Hall Black Box Theater in room 128. And if you have any more questions, you can email, or rather call the Arts Line. We love the
That's
Arts
the best way,
Line.
yeah.
713-718-6570. And this is directed by our very own Deborah Schultz.
And congratulations to them for selling it out.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
Good
this
for
is
you. You
fantastic.
sold it out. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Commit to graduate. I know completion's a big thing. You not only want our students to get enrolled, but to complete
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Share your career goals with Tutoring Career Services at Northwest College's SGA. That's going to be 12:30 p.m. Thursday, March the 5th at the Katy campus by the East entrance. And one final announcement.
Voice Masterclass with Dr. David Kirkwood. Interesting. Selected HCC students can sign up to work with Dr. Kirkwood, a faculty member of the Houston Baptist University, and students can also observe as well. So if you're interested, this is happening tomorrow. Again, lots of events happening tomorrow, March 5th.
It's a big week.
3 to 4:30 p.m. at the Central Fine Arts Center Recital Hall, room 111. And to register, you can email andrew.briggs@hccs.edu.
Finally, as we mentioned, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching us on YouTube. Like our Facebook page and share it. Let all your friends know that we're here at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday.
And also with YouTube, just there's a little bell at the bottom where you can click to get notifications about when
Yeah.
Up to the Minute is live streaming or has published on our page, and that would help with us getting the word out even more. So
Right.
And Trustee Flores Record, I know that you are big on social media, and I appreciate that because anytime that we tweet out something, you retweet it and
Yes.
like it and help spread that word. So thank you for your support with that. But new year, new handles. So
Yeah.
we've actually made our handles easier to remember and to find all across the board. So on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, they're all the same handles at We Are HCCS. And we also have a Snapchat because Snapchat's very popular with students these days. That handle is at We Are HCC. And Todd, tell them about the hashtag.
Hashtag We Are HCC.
There's a theme here. There's a theme here that we keep going with. So be sure to follow us on all of those platforms and to share this podcast with on your personal pages and get our numbers up because Todd's New Year's resolution is to triple our
3
audience.
times the viewers.
Let's
That's what
do
we're looking
it.
for in 2020.
Definitely.
Trustee Monica Flores Reichart from District 1, thank you for being here on the show. We appreciate your insight and joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
great.
And thank you for being here. I'm Todd Duplantis.
I'm Brittany Pacheco, and you're Up to the Minute.
We'll see you tomorrow.